Okay, spoilers everywhere because you can't talk about this film without spoiling something. I don't care what anyone says. You put a picture up, you put a title up, all of it spoils anything and everything. Spoilers are everywhere. Okay, Midsommar. I honestly have no idea what the hell I just watched. I really don't. I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm not saying it as a good thing either. What I'm saying is I have no idea what I just watched. I definitely should have been on some sort of hallucinogenic. I was not. I feel like that would have put me in. I feel like that would have put me a little bit closer to the characters in terms of what they were going through because I couldn't really fathom it. And I gotta be honest, I was really lost in so many ways. Lost definitely in terms of characters, okay? I don't know what it was about these characters. The first opening part of the film, I could absolutely relate where each individual was coming from. From the douchebag boyfriend to the douchebag's friends, everyone sort of made sense, okay? Our main protagonist, she made sense. This is a woman who feels completely and is utterly alone. And it's not till the end of the film that she no longer feels that. I get that. I'm not necessarily lost there. What I am lost in is everything else. You have to be able to relate with a character in some way. In any way. And we were able to actually relate with her for a majority of the film. The problem is, the film takes you out of that on so many occasions where you can't quite understand what's going on, and you can't understand whether you're supposed to be scared, or rather disturbed, or rather confused, or rather hallucinating, or if you're just supposed to be laughing. There's so many scenes where it's like, this is kind of ridiculous. This is more funny than disturbing. Let's be honest. That sex scene, how are you not supposed to just laugh during that sex scene? So many situations that can bring in the laughter. I mean, that scene was ridiculous. Do I need to go into details? I don't think I need to go into details. But let's just start with the pseudo weird young boy Chris Pratt lookalike from afar. Okay? I mean, this guy is having sex, and like, at what point did you think this was a good idea? I mean, is this a good idea because you are so messed up on the tea that you were drinking? Are you willing to go through with this because you are writing your thesis and you want to dive all the way in? I mean, when there is 10 naked women swaying and hoo-haing while you're supposed to have sex, and then this older lady decides to really just get you in there to make sure you're doing your job. I mean, and then it cuts to his face, and the face is like, how are you not supposed to laugh? It's like ridiculous. With that being said, there is a lot of disturbing scenes in this film. And at that point, sorry, I'm bouncing all over the place because I don't know what else to do. I've just gotten out of the film. It's 1 a.m. and this is what I'm going to do. But you are literally doing amazing things. The opening scenes are amazing in terms of the tension, the feeling of loneliness for this poor girl, and it's all in a world where we can understand and relate with. They're in these houses, they're at a bar, they're eating pizza, and we get it. We get the situation. We understand the friction between a boy and a girl when one of them doesn't care for the other anymore, and we understand the friction between the friends being forced to deal with it when they have no business or don't want to in any way, shape, or form. All of those scenes make sense, and we are able to relate. And Will Poulter is extraordinarily funny in this film. There's no way around it. I can't say he steals the show, because the show in and of itself is on a whole other level. But I will say this, he's pretty hysterical. Now, finally they start moving to Sweden, and everything goes a little cray-cray. The thing is, once you get past that scene of sacrifice, the initial sacrifice of the two older people, that should cause some serious shockwaves, okay? And there were definitely some conversations, there were scenes that had to be shown, I thought, that just weren't shown. For example, I really wanted scenes where the friends were going to the main friend who brought them there, say, hey, what's the deal? Like, why is the one dude from London the only one who's like being like, time out? Everyone else is just mouth shut and just sort of taking it in, and it made it difficult to relate to. So then you find yourself relating to that person from London, and then they take him right out. And then you're only really left with that girl, the main protagonist, to relate with, because everyone else is just gone. I can also even understand to a point for the guy who is initially going to do his thesis on Midsommar. This is his wheelbarrow, and this is the world that he wants to study and wants to explore, and I get that. So, are you going to turn your head for on the sacrifices to further your studies? Sure, okay, I'll go along. But then the Chris Pratt lookalike, like, oh, I think I'm gonna write about this now. It seems like a good idea for a thesis. I just needed more of an actual, like, what just happened here? Come on, like, let's get all the friends together, have a discussion with the friend who brought them there, and say, hey, what in God's name, your God, our God, anyone's God, what in God's name happened just then? And I just feel like that didn't really happen. And later on, when the guy eats the pubic hair pie, like, a pubic hair got in your mouth. But everything else that's happening is actually kind of way crazier. And yet it's the pubic hair that makes you really freak out. Okay, sure. Why not? Why did Will Poulter have to not be around for that sacrifice? I don't understand what the reason was for him to not be there. I'm not saying there's not a reason. I'm just saying I don't know what it is. And mind you, look, I haven't gone and done the research. I haven't gone to all these videos saying these are all the things you missed, ending explained, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is go see the movie again. Okay? I want to figure things out for myself. I want to learn myself. You can't really know everything from this film on one viewing. I mean, there's so many situations where, I mean, just look at all of the prints on the walls, all the paintings, the scrolls, everything. There's so much to take in and study, even that very first shot. And we don't get a chance to really study those things. I mean, what was that thing on that one random girl's ankle? I mean, there was so much going on, and you couldn't really get a full grasp. I mean, you need that pause button, you know? So, the film is bonkers. I mean, it's a lunatic bonker film that, again, I feel like you need to be on hallucinogens in order to grasp it on a whole other level. I honestly don't know what to say. Is it graphic? Yes. Is it disturbing? Yes. Is it relatable? Not really. I mean, at what point were people going to realize that this is a really messed up situation that we're in? And, let's be honest, there are some really, really laughable situations. I mean, the hooing and the hawing, some of the sort of ridiculous dances, and the groaning, the moaning. We know from Hereditary just how good Ari Aster is as a director. So there's got to be a reason for it to be so over-the-top outlandish like that. And I'm here to tell you, I don't know what the reason is. So, like I said, this is not a review in any way, shape, or form. This is me asking questions after just seeing the film and really just talking out loud, because that's all I got. I don't know. I don't know. And for anyone who says they know, you don't know, okay? You don't know. Don't tell me you know, you don't know. You might know a little bit here and a little bit there, but chill out, because nobody knows everything on one viewing. They just don't. Ari Aster doesn't know everything that he wanted to say in this film. It is all over the place. I do want to say, though, I mean, it is a beautifully shot film. I mean, it's beautiful. The cinematography, the way it is shot, the pacing of it. I mean, this is a really long film, and I never really got bored with the film. There was many of those WTF moments where I was just clueless, but I was never bored with the film. I was always dialed in and intrigued and searching the screen at every shot for things that I knew had to be there, but I just didn't necessarily see it. I'm not going to say the film is good. I'm not going to say the film is bad. I'm going to say the film is different. And I'm going to say that this film is definitely on another level. I wasn't ready for this film. I thought I was going to be. I wasn't. I wasn't necessarily ready for the final third of Hereditary either, but I loved that. So, I need to see it again. And that's all I got. This is not a review. Have I mentioned that? I think I did. So, thank you guys for listening to this really random rant at 1 a.m., but I wanted to get something out because this is a film that something needs to be said, whether it's knowledge about the film or absolutely cluelessness about the film. Either way, that's what I did. Thank you guys. I really appreciate you watching. I think I might just do this all in one cut. What do you guys think? Just, you can hear all the hms and ha's and me thinking, and screw it. Let's just put it all in one cut. Thanks guys, really appreciate it.